our first batch of food waste. So
if I can just say, this is what, so our residential customers get these liners. They fill it with their scraps. It starts to break down a little bit. This has been sitting around for a while, but this is like, not even a while, 2 days. So we picked this is our batch from Wednesday, our Wednesday pickups, or some of it at least. And this is high quality stuff. And so we're going to use this to grow soil. Brian's going to dump it out and show you what we got. These bags, by the way, are fully compostable and corn-based. So they can stay right and they break down. They break down just fine. So I'm sorry, Vinny.
No, so okay, so real quick, very 5-minute composting lesson, which is just the tip of the iceberg. Compost, 2 main ingredients: carbon and nitrogen. This is what we live on. When you eat bread, you're eating carbon. When you eat beans or meat, you're eating nitrogen. The bacteria that is responsible for breaking this down, same diet. They eat bread and they eat meat or beans, or if they're vegetarian. I don't know if the bacteria are vegetarian. They're not actually. But they also are common with us in that they breathe oxygen. So if you give them those 4 things, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and water, they're going to go crazy. So what we're doing, the reason why we're putting these black plastic tubes in that have holes in them is to get air into for aeration, to get air into the bottom of the pile, so there's no point of it being anaerobic. The next step that we did was put wood chips on top. Wood chips are also very porous, and they also soak up a lot of juice. Because when you cook collards, you're cooking them down and it gets in your frying pan. There's a lot of liquid that's in these vegetables. So when these vegetables literally cook, like this little head of lettuce right there, it's going to release a lot of water. So it's good to have a lot of wood chips and stuff like that in the bottom to soak up that liquid. Now what we're going to do is layer food waste, which is generally high in nitrogen, with leaf waste, or the stuff that you've been bringing over right now, because we want to get rid of that first. And it'll be made in layers. That's going to sit for 6 or 8 weeks. It'll be flipped over into this area, sit for 6 or 8 weeks, be flipped over where Roy's standing, right over there, and then after that, it'll be finished. So this flipping mixes it, it aerates it, it kind of gets rid of the layers are kind of, it's a form of mixing, and that's how we're going to create a lot of soil in this area. So Jeremy and Brian and Compost Cab are going to be bringing in probably somewhere between 500 pounds, roughly.
We're going to start off with somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 pounds a week, but we have
food waste.
Of food waste, in addition to the other materials we'll be mixing it with. And the hope is we're going to see how it goes. The quicker we can cook it, if we can get it cooking at like 145 degrees or so, it'll break down more quickly, which will give us more capacity here on site. And our hope is that we'll have the capacity to do somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000